Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be able to win the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch. Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Hey, we're good.
Here's Cousins. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route. And that made it a lot tougher to get a clean play his way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook from 4 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Eagles had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Hurts to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, the way things have been going to this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular one it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Let's go now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, check that. Street.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before
this
halftime.
nigga whole shit be on.
And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, here's Cousins. Going up top. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. This ball complete to Thielen going across the middle. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action. Cousins. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. Takes it at the 7. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Zebra, zebra, zebra.
Cousins on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the 3rd quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the 2nd half of the game.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And on an RPO, everything happens so fast. And as a defender, you can't get stuck trying to figure out what's going on. That time he had it figured out in a flash, and he was able to make a beeline to the receiver and make the play.
Play action now. Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he coughed it up. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
Good route here.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Check, Comcast, check, Comcast.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Hurts. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Za'Darius Smith bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Cousins now. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And here's Ryan Wright now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He's going to field this at the 4. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. And it's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Another run here with Sanders. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do, go and get more. Oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play fake. Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do that? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
The offense on third down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
19-7, 19-7. Right there, hurt.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. to Sanders on first down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Another run with Sanders. And some room to roam now. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Minnesota, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.